Alright, hey everyone. Today's video I am going to touch on the topic of cheat meals and whether or not you should have them. So pretty much this is a pretty straightforward kind of topic. You've probably heard it many times, but I just want to give my opinion on it and my touch on it. So pretty much if you are already a member here at Chiseled Fitness with us, you already know the answer that I'm going to say. And that answer is yes, you do want to have cheat meals. Now my reasoning behind that is because if you restrict your food, and this is particularly important if you're trying to lose weight, if you're really trying to be good throughout your week, you do want a meal or two where you can kind of just sit back, relax, and actually enjoy something that you're having or that you're putting into your body, and without feeling guilty as well. Now, that's the main thing that tends to get people when they have their cheat meals, feeling really, really guilty. And obviously, it becomes a cycle where you eat something really bad, or maybe eat something when you shouldn't have actually had something, and then feeling bad about it. And then obviously you go really hard again, trying to make up for that bad meal that you perhaps had. And then obviously, because you restrict yourself so much again after that, you really start to crave, bad foods again, or tasty foods or fast food or what have you. And then all of a sudden you cave in, you eat something that you shouldn't have, again, or maybe at a bad time when you shouldn't have had something, or a little bit extra than you should have had. You get my drift. But pretty much it just ends up being a cycle. So the reason why I say have a cheat meal even if you don't feel like it is because what you want to do is not to think that you're on a diet. As soon as you're thinking you're on a diet, so if you go to a friend and they're like, hey, why aren't you eating this? And you say, I'm on a diet, automatically it's like a wee mental thing. You start to think, oh, I'm actually restricted. Maybe I can't have this and I can't have that. And then that's when things start to break down a little bit, because over time, and this may not happen straight away, but over time, give it a few weeks, things get a little bit harder. It gets a little bit harder to keep away those foods, especially if you're going out or you're going to cafes or you just want a nice meal out with your partner. All that kind of stuff does build up, and if you're constantly restricting yourself, that's when you have that big binge and you have that big cave in. And once again, about that cycle I was talking about, just repeats and repeats. So have a cheat meal every week, maybe once, maybe twice, on whatever you want without feeling guilty. Now, you can have whatever day you want to do this on. Typically, weekends are the most popular because you're out doing stuff. You're not always stuck in the house, and you may or may not have that routine like you do during your weekdays. So have that cheat meal even if you don't feel like it. And it sounds weird, kind of like forcing yourself to have something, but if you don't have that cheat meal, I mean, you could be a total outlier. Excuse me, you could be a total outlier and actually get away with not having any cheat meals at all. And everyone's different, so I do understand that. But for the general population, I usually say have that cheat meal, have something you enjoy. If you don't want a full meal, because you're really, really serious towards that goal of yours, then that's all good. You just have maybe a wee snack, maybe have a little bit of ice cream if that's your thing, a couple blocks of chocolate, all that kind of stuff. You can kind of jiggle around to what you need. But the main thing is enjoy something every week that you know that you like and that's not in your diet. Once again, don't think you're on a diet, just think that's how you've always eaten. This is my lifestyle, because if you think that way, you'll be able to get through it a lot easier mentally. And regarding cheat meals, just to finish with, it depends on how quick you want to reach your goal as well. So once again, like I mentioned towards the start of the video, if your goal is weight loss, obviously the more cheat meals you add, and I probably wouldn't recommend any more than probably about 2 per week. The more you add, the more it's going to slow your progress down. So you ideally want to have it once or twice a week and keep it at that. Obviously, if you have to go to an event and it's not on your usual cheat meal day, just swap that cheat meal day to the day that you have your event, or make it work for you. That's the most important thing. Make it work for you, jiggle things around, and then you'll find you'll get into the routine, you'll build up those habits, which are super important. And I always talk about building up habits slowly rather than everything at once and going super hard. Once again, that works for some people, but not for everyone. So I recommend cheat meals. Have them whether you feel like them or not. If you don't want a full meal, have something small that you enjoy. Most important thing is not to feel restricted. Enjoy yourself. Once again, this is a process. This is a fitness journey, so go for it.